Hey you guys, today I'm going to talk about a new web series that I got to check out. Thanks to Sean Bradley, I start watching Chasing Atlanta. And y'all know me. Every time I talk about something in Atlanta, y'all know it's ratchet. But this show was actually good. And I feel like if I can review like all the other reality shows that's ratchet, why not support a YouTube show since we're all family? So I'm into reviewing web series. So if you know of a good web series, hit me up. It don't matter if it's the LGBT, straight, whatever. If it's a web series and it's good, tell me the title. I'll look it up and I'll see if I want to review it. Because I'm all about supporting other people and stuff like that. So especially when it comes to YouTubers. So but this Chasing Atlanta is really, really good. It's about, 6 individuals. Either they're from, one of them I think is from Atlanta. But everybody else either moved to Atlanta and they're chasing their dreams of being in Atlanta or whatever. You have, like I said, 6 people, and we'll talk about them. The story was created by Kevon, I think it's Kevon Burns or Kevon Burns, and Dorio Abrams. I hope I'm saying the names right because I want to give credit to where it's due. But like I said, it was a really, really good show. I will put their contact information where their YouTube channel is, their Facebook, Instagram. Let's go out and support this web series because like I said, it was good. It wasn't just cattiness and stuff like that. Let's start with one of my faves. Well, we're not going to even start with my faves because I'm going to just start how the show was. Jaylon Aaron. Jaylon Aaron was like one of the breakout stars for this season because he was in a lot of drama. He was in a lot of drama, but he also had a good storyline with his father, which I loved. Then we had Devon Frazier, another breakout star because he was in drama. Skye Valentine, I think it's Skye Valentine. I'm gonna call him Skye. That's one of my favorites because he was more of a level-headed one and not all of with the turn up, but he would turn up if he had to. So I like Skye. I like Lyrik London because Lyrik wasn't about the drama. Okay, let me go back. Jaylon Aaron sells hair. It's all about hair when it comes to him. That's all I remember is he sell hair. I think he do hair also, but I know he sell hair. Devon, I wasn't sure what he do. I think he was an aspiring chef. He wants to start a twerk team to start going to different clubs and turn up the clubs, which I thought that was a good idea because, hey, we need party people in the clubs, turn up, make it seem like it's fun. So, hey, and I liked when they was dancing. Skye, I wasn't sure. What did Skye do? I don't know, but I liked him. I don't even remember what Skye do, but I know I like. Oh, matter of fact, Skye is the manager of reality star Nico, and if you don't know who Nico is just Nico on here. But if you don't know who just Nico is, he was on the Atlanta show, The Little Women of Atlanta, and he had the baby mama drama with old girl that was just starting this season that I didn't like. I'm just saying the one that she got pregnant with Nico, then she wanted the other boyfriend, and it was a whole bunch of drama, and a lot of people was going at Nico, but I was like, that girl is crazy. But anyway, he manages just Nico. And then you have Lyrik London. Lyrik is a choreographer, artist. He does movies, like small films. He wants to be in a big film. And like I said, I like Lyrik. Then we have Akeem Gionnie. I think that's his last name. I'm just going to say right now, I didn't like him. I thought he was a shit starter. But he was a dancer. That's what I do remember, that he was dancing and he did that little dance and I thought that was cute. But other than that, I just thought he was a shit starter. But I'm going to talk about that in a minute. And then we had Cameron. Sweatt, whatever. You know your name, Cameron. He is like a fashion designer. He has a store in the mall, and he put on a fashion show, which I thought that was really cool. I liked some of the pieces. His mom was really, really excited. So that made me really, really like him when I seen how excited and proud his mother was and how he thanked everybody that helped him and stuff like that. I just really, it's something about Cameron and Skye that, you know, I can understand. Devon, I will tell y'all I got where he was coming from, but I don't have no favorite. Well, I do kind of have favorites, like I said, was Cameron and Skye, and that's only because they wasn't so much into the drama, but if they had to, then that's what it was. And y'all know me, I'm not about drama, but I will pop off if I have to. But anyway, let's get on to what the beef was, the drama was. I'm going to be all over the place because I'm just going to talk about it as I remember the show. It has 8 episodes, so check it out on YouTube, like I said. But at the beginning, the beef started between Jaylon and Devon. Devon had this little kickback. Devon was always throwing kickback. So Devon had this little kickback or whatever. And apparently Jaylon didn't. Okay, Jaylon saw a picture of Devon. And Devon didn't look like the picture once Jaylon saw him in person. So Jaylon kept on calling him catfish and saying he was catfish. And I'm sitting there like, I thought it was when people try to lie to you about who they are and they really not that person. Devon never really came at Jaylon and said, hey, this is who I am, like, on social media or whatever, and then once you found out he was in person, he was a whole different person. No, you set that up in your mind that he was this fine person on pictures, and then when you got to see him, then it wasn't what it was, because she liked him. She, I don't want to offend whatsoever, but so I'm just gonna say he liked him at the beginning. He liked him when he saw his pictures. But like I said, once he saw him in person and he had the scruffed up look, then he didn't like him. But I think Jaylon was starting mess by calling him catfish and kept on going about him being catfish. Now, you get mad when he finds out that you said it. Like he said, I confronted you and nobody said nothing. Even when you explained it to your friend what went down, you was like, I saw his picture, I thought he was cute, and then when I seen him in person, I felt like I was catfish. So you set your own self up for that. You cannot be mad at him for that, and to keep calling him catfish, I understood why he got mad. And then you didn't even just stop there. You kept going with calling him catfish. Every time you turned around, he was catfish. In the text message about your party, you said something about catfish. So you kept that drama going, and then don't like the backlash of it. So I was feeling like Jaylon was out of line for that. All of this mudslinging was getting on my nerve. But yeah, so that was the first encounter. Then we got introduced. That's how after that, we got introduced kind of to Akeem and all that kind of stuff because of all of this catfish drama. Akeem kind of met Devon because he was invited to a kickback that Devon was late to. That was so crazy when Devon was like, the gas went off, this went off, that went off. So he was like 2 hours late for his party. That it kind of rubbed Akeem wrong. That would have rubbed me the wrong way too. I wouldn't even been still sitting there, but y'all knew y'all had to film, because I would have still been sitting there an hour or two and you still not there. No, I don't care if I was early or on time for the party. If you're not there within 30 minutes, I don't even know if I'll wait that long, but I'm just saying. But so that's how they kind of got introduced to Akeem. Then Akeem went back and told Lyrik and Jaylon about homeboy being late for the party. So that made them start talking about Devon once again, that Devon wasn't there. So y'all bringing that up, and then you having people have this notion of Devon as far as this whole catfish situation. She was talking to I'm so sorry. Jaylon was talking to everybody about this whole situation before they even start interacting with Devon. So I felt like you were putting a bad, like, negative thought in their mind about who Devon was, how he was before they even got to meet him, and I thought that was wrong. The whole housewarming party, and you sent the message to everybody saying that they were invited and no catfish. I thought that was shady, and you knew where it was gonna start. Then you sent the message to Devon because you knew that message was gonna get back to Devon. So you sent the message to Devon. Then Akeem was like, you know what, I'm tired of all this beef, I'm tired of this bickering, so I'm going to invite Devon to the party. Okay, fine. No problem, because he was already invited anyway, so I didn't think that was a big deal. What the big deal was when you went to upstairs with Jaylon and you were talking about Devon like, oh, you were acting like he wasn't invited or you didn't invite him. Even though you told Jaylon I invited him, it was like, oh, I invited him, but I really didn't want him to come. So I kind of understood where Skye was getting pissed off at Akeem for the way he was playing both sides. Let's back up to how Skye came into contact with Jaylon, because Jaylon was kind of rubbing a lot of people the wrong way or whatever. But when she first came in contact with Skye, Cameron was throwing this fashion show to let the world see all his designs or whatever. And he invited everybody. Him and Skye got this little flirtatious little thing going on. So, Skye was there to support Cameron. Before they get to the event, Jaylon had went to the venue with Cameron. And, okay, it was a little shade that Cameron didn't take you around with the ladies to walk around and look at the venue, even though he invited you. But at the same time, what you said at the fashion show, I just felt like it was out of line. For you to be like, oh, I didn't think it was going to be this good when I seen the venue. I didn't think your stuff was going to be good. And I'm sitting there like, you out of line for that. Regardless of how you feel, and for him to say that's his friend, you be saying some way out of line stuff. So then I'm so sorry because I don't want to offend nobody. He got introduced to Skye. And Skye was like, my name is Skye, like the blue like the sky. And so he was like, well, what do you do and all that. So Skye kind of took offense to that. And I kind of would too, because it doesn't matter what I do for you to get to know who I am. So Skye was just like, I kind of took offense to that, but he didn't say nothing to him. He said something to Cameron. But they brushed it off. It was what it was. Until Jaylon was talking to Jaylon's friends, which I saw Jaylon was hanging with Star Milan, and I was just like, mess. So we already know how you roll. Because Star Milan is messy. So, anyway, they were talking about Skye. And when he said that Skye was jealous of him, I'm like, where did that come from? Why do people always think because they took offense to what you said about them or to them, then they're jealous? I didn't see nothing about being jealous coming from Skye towards Jaylon. Then, he just talking mess about Skye. So Skye's friend was in the background and he heard what he said. So he went back and told Skye what was happening. Instead of Skye popping off, Skye took Jaylon to the side and talked to Jaylon about what was said. And they kind of got that squared away. It was a big misunderstanding. Yeah, okay, whatever. But that's how they got introduced to each other. But so back to the party, the housewarming party, when Akeem was talking, throwing a little shade about Jaylon when he was hanging around Devon and Lyrik. They were all in there, and Skye was downstairs, so he was kind of throwing shade. Then you go upstairs to say, oh, you know, uninvited guests are here and all this kind of stuff. So that made Jaylon feel some kind of way. So Jaylon's on the fence now. When Devon was already on the fence, I felt like Devon should have never been there. When Devon said, I don't think I should go, I really don't want to go, you should have left it at that. But you know, when it comes to filming, they have to do what they have to do a job. So he went. But he was already throwing shade once he walked in the house, because he was already feeling some type of way about Jaylon. Jaylon was already feeling some type of way about Devon. See, that's what I'm saying. If I don't like you, you're not coming in my house. Period, point blank. If we got some kind of dealings, you're not coming in my house. So I felt like they should have talked about things before you invited into my personal space. But no, they didn't. So once Jaylon comes downstairs from talking to Akeem or whatever, then he's on the fence. He's saying little stuff to Devon. Devon is taking it as shade, so he's throwing little stuff back. Devon goes sits in a chair. I don't care what Jaylon says. He knew what he was doing when he asked Devon to get up. Devon was like, I'm not getting up. And then next thing you know, he said something about his rag, and Jaylon was like, you're going to have to take it off of me for me to move. And Jaylon took that rag and threw it on the floor. I said, oh, see, y'all going to fight in a minute. It's going to be a fight, because you don't touch people's personal space without getting hit. And to me, Jaylon, you're not about that life. You're not about the life of fighting, so why would you do things to fight, especially when y'all don't have security right there? Why would you do things to fight? So they arguing or whatever, and then they start talking. Devon start throwing about that was Jaylon's fourth housewarming because it was filmed. I'm sitting there like, so y'all gonna go past that part where he said it was filmed? But okay. But he was saying how they had a lot of housewarmings, how he has roommate. He was like, no, when you invite your friends to stay with you. I said, do Star Milan stay with him? I'm just saying. I just wonder. But they argued about that, and it seemed like Jaylon didn't really turn up and get mad until he said something about them roommates and stuff. Everything else was going over his head or whatever. But when he said something about he had roommates and that he had a more than one housewarming, it seemed like that's what he got mad at, like he got busted or something. He didn't want everybody to know. I don't know. But they were arguing. They broke it up. They went outside. Then they were talking to Akeem. Akeem brought it on himself to get in that situation, because he was all in Devon's face like, I don't want to be in the middle of this and yada yada yada. And I'm sitting there like, you're putting yourself in the middle. Devon ain't even coming at you about, did you say anything? Your name wasn't even brought up in this fight. So I think you brought yourself into that fight. And that's when Skye was like, wait a minute, hold up, let me go on and confront you while you sitting there trying to act like you didn't have nothing to do with this or play no parts in this. And you did. You were all in the middle of that argument, and Stevie Wonder could have saw that. So Skye got real turned up. Skye was kind of ready to fight. Skye was really ready to fight, and then they had to stop production or whatever because it was going left. Then there was another argument when they tried to bring them back together at the little food place. They tried to bring them back together. And when I was like, Jaylon, why do you have security? Why? Because you're not about that life. That's why you got security. That's why I say, when you ain't about that life, be quiet. Be quiet. Because then you're going to have your security fight Devon. Like, for real? When it was your mouth? Like, and then even in that conversation, you still were talking about the catfish. Y'all kept on going about this catfish. And I'm sitting there like, I'm with Devon. Like, just say you want to sleep with him and then say, I want to sleep with him, but then when I seen him, it wasn't what it was. And it could be over, but no, y'all have to keep the storyline going and drag this on. And I was just with Skye like, oh my God, I don't want to listen to a whole season of who's catfish and who's not and who cares. That's how I was. The whole thing, they went to a cabin and was chilling. And the whole thing about Akeem being drunk and saying that he slept with Devon. Devon was going to wear him out if he wouldn't have corrected that. But I was sitting there like, Akeem be saying stuff that don't make no sense and be trying to get in stuff. I did see the reunion, and he said he was going through something because somebody had passed away or was going through something. And I'm sitting there like, it still don't give you the reason to get in mess or create mess because you're going through something at home. If anything, you shut down and you stay away from that kind of mess. So I didn't understand that. I did like the storyline between Jaylon and his father. His father has been very, very supportive of him, and then when they finally told him that he was gay or whatever, his daddy was very accepting, like, okay, like, you're still my son, I still want the best for you, it is what it is. Then we find out his dad needs a kidney, and Jaylon is going to donate his dad a kidney because of all what his dad has been there for him and been supportive. He wants to do the right thing and give his dad his kidney, and I thought that was very, very amazing. I thought that it was really cool to see this kind of storyline brought to light of a father and a son in the gay community and how a father reacts to his son. I thought that was really, really cool. And it wasn't about, oh, I hate you because you're gay. You know what I'm saying? It shows you that there are parents out there that's very supportive of their kids. Regardless of he don't want him to be gay or whatever. He's like, you're still my son regardless. So it is what it is. Then we had Skye's father's situation where his dad don't like his situation, so they're estranged, and then they was telling him how his dad had died or whatever, or was about to die, and then he found out his daddy was at a party and he had recovered, but nobody told Skye. And I thought, my heart broke for Skye. My heart, at that finale, my heart really broke for Skye, because I felt like that was so wrong. And how can a parent do that to a child? Like, you gave birth to this child, and because he's not doing what you want, you don't want to have nothing to do with him? Like, you I'm trying not to be mean to your daddy, Skye, but your daddy can go to fucking hell, for real, for real. The whole reunion thing was a mess, and the only reason why, it was only one part so far. The other part comes on Wednesday, which I will review the second part. But the first part, it really didn't get nowhere because of Devon was trying to go after Jaylon most of the reunion. It was an hour-long reunion, which I was so into, but Devon kept getting up, going after him, getting in his face. You knew they wasn't going to let y'all fight. Nico was getting on my nerves too, because I was like, oh my God. They only kept on trying to get Devon to come back because they knew Devon was the show. Period, point blank. They knew if Devon would have left, then they wouldn't have had nothing to talk about, because Jaylon wouldn't have had nobody to argue with or rebuttal of whatever she would have said. He said, sorry, I'm going to try to just say she, because I think she's beautiful. So, but yeah, I think that was the problem of the whole reunion, is trying to get Devon to sit down. And first of all, stop giving them stuff to drink or whatever before the reunion if you want it to go the right way. By them drinking and already being turned up before the reunion start, or y'all be filming for a long time, so they're constantly drinking. Like, come on. Then it was a big old, look like Love and Hip Hop fight at the end, because I didn't know who was fighting, where the cameras was. It was just crazy. Sometimes the camera keep moving and all that through the season, and I feel like it will get better by the time they come with next season, because I'm quite sure season 2 is coming, because the show is really good. And I'm quite sure if other YouTube vloggers review about it, then it will be popping, you know what I'm saying? So I enjoy the show. I hope you guys are watching the show. If you're not, go start watching it. Put hashtag it's all about supporting their comments, so they'll know that another YouTuber is supporting their channel. Or just tell them that ThaGhettoView sent you to their channel, just to let them know that we are all supporting each other, and we got each other's back when it comes to this YouTube thing. So like I said, Chasing Atlanta is really good. Y'all tell me what y'all thought, who your favorites, who you didn't like. Do you want to see it come back for season 2? Do you want me to keep reviewing the show? Like I said, I'm going to review part 2 of the reunion. Hopefully we get some things resolved, but like I said, I enjoyed it. Thanks to Sean Bradley for reviewing the show so I can know about it. And follow me on all social media sites by ThaGhettoView, THA, not THE. And I will talk to you guys in the next review.